What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new MajorBrain gaming video. I hope you guys are having an awesome day as always. We're going to be looking at Days Gone on the Steam Deck today, and actually quickly before we boot that, I wanted to show you I have found a way of getting the resolution to run natively on sorry, my camera's a little wonky, I think, natively on the monitor that I'm using. So you set it to native resolution, and what we'll do is we'll obviously go in, we'll try things at like 720p, which is the Steam Deck's or close to 800p resolution. I tend to do 720 because it just fits the video better, but we can also test games above that. Now, this is Days Gone. We're going to be running it off of the micro SD card, as I always say in all my videos, because I like to test it at worst case, which is micro SD, so you guys can see what that is like. But let's boot the game. I've never actually booted this game before. A lot of you, I've seen comments, I should say, where people complain about me, why do you boot the game, you know, on before doing the video? Why don't you just boot, I mean, why don't you boot the game before doing the video rather than during the video? Well, first of all, because I like to show you how long the load time can take. As you see from this is how long you can expect to potentially wait when you're booting your game. So it's good for me to give you a real world example. And also there's a rewind, there's a fast forward button. So if you want to skip through the video to get to certain parts, then by all means, absolutely do. But I like to show you how long games take to boot from the micro SD card. So you might want to put it on the SSD or something. I don't know, just so you guys can see. But this seems like an abnormally long boot now, I've said that. And, yeah, no, okay, we're going into it. So Sony Interactive Entertainment, we all know this. I've never played Days Gone. It's actually on my backlog of games to play. I just found it in a sale for, like, very cheap. So I wanted to just see what, you know, how much it would cost and stuff. So, how it would run and stuff. So, not cost. We know how much it costs. Anyway, Sony Bend Studios, we also know this. So I've not, as I said, I've not played it. We're going to boot into the game. We're going to try and skip through any cutscenes there are just so we can get into raw gameplay so you can, you know, see what we're going to, you know, be running this game at. Currently, I think it's set to native res, so obviously we're going to reduce that to 720p to start off with, and then we can bump it up and just see, you know, can we get this game to run at 1080p 30 on a Steam Deck when it's docked? Who knows? I'm just interested to see what we can possibly get out of this device. As I always say, I know, and I also want to say I get a few comments sometimes saying, well, why are you trying to push the device? Well, because some people might be docking their device like I am and might want to try and get the max out of something, you know, and do the best we can. So, yeah, it's always good to try and see. So this is something where if we had this on the SSD, sorry, this sort of thing would be a lot faster. This isn't a black screen, as you can see in the bottom right. There was a little loading thing. So it's just one of those things that does take time. So let's go continue with full data. Let's go down to options. I can tell this is running terribly because we're on a very high res, and let's drop this all the way down to 1920. Oh, we can do what is it, 1280 by 1800. We can try that. Confirm, yes. So there we go, we're on 1280 by 800. VSync is on currently. Let's just put it to full screen. There we go, that's looking more 800p. So we got the borders, but what I'll probably do is actually, for the video's sake, drop it down to 720p, because so it just covers the full screen. We'll do that, and if we go across to our graphics settings, this is what we're currently on. So it's actually setting it to relatively high. So we'll actually do a new game. Let's just go normal for a second. I'm going to skip all cutscenes where possible, because we don't care about cutscenes. We want to just get straight to the gameplay. At least walk around a little bit and do something. You know, just whatever we can do. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this game, by the way, because I've never played it, and I would like to play it at some point. It's on my backlog, so I'll have to check it out a little bit. But yeah, if you like the game, let me know what you think, and I'm always interested to hear your opinions. Okay, cool. So we've got a perfect little starting section here on a motorbike. I remember seeing this before. RT to accelerate. So as you can see, it's looking pretty decent on the Steam Deck screen. This would look really nice. I'm playing it on a 1440p monitor, so you know it's okay. We're getting 30 FPS pretty stably. You know, we're above that 30, so you could easily cap this if needed. Are we meant to be shooting this guy or something? I have done a very good job here. I do feel like there's a delay when using an Xbox controller with the Steam Deck. Anyway, let's just jump into the options a second and do my usual thing where we drop everything down to low and just see what sort of FPS we can get. Okay, so there is no way of hitting 60 without dropping resolution massively. And maybe using FSR, but I don't like to use the built-in FSR too much. Does it have an option for FSR in this actual thing? Display. No, I can't see anything where it says that there is a thing for FSR in this game, unfortunately. God, you can reduce the render scale that way though, but it looks utterly awful. So as I said, you can do that, and then it looks like a clay, like everything's made out of clay. But you're never going to play a game like that. It's not realistic. So let's not do that. Let's do 100%. Yeah, we can see what it's like. I think let's increase the resolution up to 1080p and just see if we're actually still going to get above 60, because the resolution increase, or above 30, sorry, the resolution increase is actually the biggest way to make this look better if you're docking something like this. And as you can see, you can actually get still just above 30 FPS, and it looks a huge amount better on this monitor at least. Obviously, if you're playing on handheld, then do what I did before. I hate that the Xbox controller has a massive delay with the Steam Deck. I don't understand why. It's a serious problem and they need to fix, because it's unplayable basically docked with an Xbox controller that's wireless through Bluetooth. It just doesn't work. There's this huge delay. Oh, we got a boost. Okay. Okay, so I think, I don't know, I think if you're docking it, if you want to play at 1080p, obviously very doable, but I think still going down to 720 is probably going to be much better, at least. So let's just confirm that, go back into the game, and then as you can see, you're getting at least above that 30 FPS mark. So I mean, it's very playable. It's very playable even docked. I think it's kind of impressive. You think of a device this small is running this well. It's kind of amazing, really. And now we're off the bike, so we can survival vision. Okay, we're off the bike, so you can see what this is like. This is much nicer to play actually than riding around on a bike. Yeah, it's nice. It's actually fine. Like, you could easily play a game 720p. If I lean back a little bit in my chair and I'm not like close up to the screen or anything, then this is more than playable. Like, I'd happily play with this kind of a resolution. We've got to put our survival sense on, I'm assuming. And there's something here for us to do. And yeah, like, if you think about this on a handheld device, like, this is more than okay. Like, this is absolutely playable, and we're still way above that. Let's try and go to, like, where is it? Graphics. Let's go to, yeah, graphics, and let's bump this up to, like, high. So look, you can see the difference in what you can expect. Very high is not doable. High might just be at 30. Yeah, so, I mean, that looks amazing. That looks actually a huge amount better. And, you know, you're at 38, 39 FPS. That's pretty decent. Let's just check if you can do the very high preset. No, so that's just too much for it. That's just too much. But you don't, I mean, I could barely see a difference between high and very high anyway there. So I would absolutely stick to high and perhaps run this, yeah, run this like this. This is nice at 30 FPS, 40 FPS. It's pretty decent. Oh, he shot me. Nice. Just skip all this again. I don't want to watch the cutscenes because I want to go and play this game for myself at some point. But yeah, this is good. This is decent. I'm more than happy running the game like this. I think it's more than playable. So yeah, I think we'll kind of leave it there. I'm not going to mess with TDP because it's not worth it. You're going to want to use the power for this game. It's a AAA game. Like, you can't just limit the TDP with a game like this. So anyway, that's what you can expect from a device like this on the Steam Deck, and gameplay wise I think it's pretty decent. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye bye for now.